Hello there, thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to introduce you to this item. It's called a medicine stick or talking stick, and this one is an ornamental one. It has come from North America from a tribesman who makes them. But in the tribes in the past, they used these within their ceremonies, either as a talking stick to pass around when they were holding peace talks, or the council were making important decisions, or groups of warriors were talking about a hunt and sharing ideas, or they were also used by women. The grandmothers would gather the women around for talking time to share the feelings and any problems that they're encountering, which is something I will come back to. But for now, I will just mention a little bit about the stick. They didn't all have dream catchers attached. These more modern versions, some of them do. But the tribes did use dream catchers on the doorways of their teepees to catch to let the bad dreams, go through the webbing and catch the good dreams that would then come down into the feather or whatever adornments they had to keep the good dreams. The process of creating a talking stick, which they called usually a medicine stick because it was used also by the medicine man. It was the type of wood that they used, so the wood was significant that they chose. The adornments were also significant, the colours or the materials that they used, and also the paintings. These paintings, I presume, predict the elements of air, water, fire and earth, and other parts would signify the spirit, particularly the feather, and again the feather, depending which bird it came from, was significant. And the horsehair is that connection to the spirit of horse and what that means to the tribes. So every part in the making was significant, and the use and the intention of which ceremony that they were using, if it was used for healing or if it was used for talking, and what the purpose of that meeting was about as well. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about why I've got this, why I'm using it. I bought it a couple of years ago for my husband because I know in time we will be holding talking circles, and I'm going to be holding my first talking circle. I have worked with groups for 25 years in different capacities, healing groups and therapeutic groups, but it's becoming more the norm now that people are having circles, so meeting around fires, doing ceremonies outside in nature, going back to the old ways, which is really wonderful that people are doing that, and recognizing that people need time to talk and to listen, because we're all so busy and we don't give each other the time that we need. So I'm going to be holding my first women's circle called All Seasons of Life circles. So it will be focusing on the seasons and the elements and the 4 directions, which is a Native American process of working with the land, working with nature. So I'll be bringing all those elements in, but also looking at the seasons of life for women, the different transitions in life, and giving each of a time to express, talk if we choose to. And we pass the talking stick round, or people will pick up the talking stick from a central table if they wish to talk. And as they talk, everybody else listens. There's no judgment, no expectations of anyone to talk or to share things if they don't want to. And we never give any feedback. We don't give advice or try and fix things. So it isn't a counselling or a support group where you discuss the problem and try and find a solution, but it's a place to talk and to share, to express. and for the other people who were present to listen and acknowledge and let that person know they've been heard. So that is the process, and that's why I'm going to be using this talking stick. I actually did a ceremony with this stick. It was a bit of an impromptu ceremony. I wasn't expecting it. But my husband, Mike, and I went to a favourite location, found a secluded spot along by a stream and stayed there for several hours. And I was instructed to ground myself and seal essence into this stick, seal my essence and the essence of the earth and the air and the water that was running beside us, the land, and fire from the sun, and connection to stone and trees and ground, and then myself. So I had to pick some small stones up, which I will be using in my ceremony in the women's circle. And I had to ground myself in the stream, my feet in the stream, picking up these stones. And then I went back up on the grassy bank and grounded myself with a tree and had this on the ground beneath me, placed the stones around it so that it connected with all the elements, connected with my energy and the energy of spirit and the energy of earth. So that is going to be a very powerful tool in our women's circle to help people to feel held and loved, grounded, protected, and having the time and space to be true to themselves, to open up, to express what they need to express in whatever way. It doesn't have to be in words. It can just be that presence. So on Saturday, the 12th of August, I have an introductory session for the group, and that's held at Kismet Yoga Studios. And then 4 sessions will be held the first 4 Saturdays in September, and those are based on the seasons, the 4 directions, and the elements. So those 4 sessions are a starting point, and I hope that the group will continue after that if people want that space, because it will be a very precious space for people to come to. And I really look forward to meeting you if you choose to come. So thank you for joining me. Bye for now.